Hey everyone, Cindy Haffenbreck here. I'm going to do a nice little chat here on some fun objections you may get in your business. So let's get started. So what's one of the first objections you might get?
I don't have enough time.
Okay, that's a good one. I don't have enough time. I mean, I actually get that objection. So what I like to say is I always like to ask a question when I get an objection. So my favorite thing to say is, oh, could you elaborate on that? I always ask that. Could you elaborate on that? Because I'd like them to tell me what do they mean, and then I can kind of go from there when they say I don't have time. And then sometimes I might ask another question. I might say, well, how much time do you think this takes? And then I always like to, find out what's going on in their life and what they think. I mean, they might think it's going to be a 40-hour week, but what if I tell them, if I could show you a way how you could get this business off the ground with the time that you have, would that be something that you would be willing then to maybe look at the next step? And then, I also say things to them, you'd be happy to know that you don't get paid on your efforts. If you find a few more people have more time than you, then, you could actually get paid on everything. And I just like to find out what people are thinking when they say, I don't have the time. And I think the main thing I just say, if I could show you a way. And then sometimes I might give them a story. Like I might say, well, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. Let me show you what I found. And then I might say a few stories like, for one thing, I've got a girlfriend that has 6 kids. She certainly didn't have the time, and she built this business in the nooks and crannies of her life, probably with 15 to 20 minutes a day. And now that girl's making a multiple six-figure income. I have another friend who's a lawyer. She was actually a partner in a law firm, working 60 hours a week with 4 kids, and she found a way. So I just feel that it's not that people don't have the time. I just have to show them how this is very valuable so that they'll want to carve out the time. So it's not like we don't have the time. It's like, are we going to make the time? So if somebody says to me, I don't have the time, I'll sometimes say to them, well, how much money do you need to earn in order to make this worth your time? So if I can show them the value is big enough, how this could change your life, a lot of people might be more open to, okay, let me carve out the time because this really looks like something that would be bigger rewards. And any other objections?
I don't have enough money.
Okay, that's a good one. I love that one because that one is very dear to my heart because I didn't have enough money. Let's face it. Most of us, well, not all of us, but a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. I wasn't even living paycheck to paycheck. I was running out of money even before the next paycheck. So I definitely understand I don't have the money. So that, again, I like to ask people to elaborate, like how much money would you like to earn to make this worth your while? I like to ask that too. But I also try to come up with ways how people could earn the money. And like for me, I just borrowed the money from my mother. I called my mother and I said, hey, I found this great, incredible company. It looks like a beautiful business. It looks like there's great potential. And so I'd love to, give it a whirl. But of course, I didn't have, back then it was $1,000 to get on board. I thought I didn't have that to get on board. But you know what? Hey, I got on board. I rolled up my sleeves. I was serious. And in a month, I was able to pay my mother back. Things you could do is you could have people do some creative things, like maybe they could sell something on Craigslist. Or, I mean, when I got in this business, I think I was in this business about 5 months. I remember in about a week, it was right before Christmas, I showed this business to 4 people, and every single one of them told me the same thing: I don't have the money. And I just said to them, I said, look, you don't want to miss out on this incredible life-changing opportunity that could give you anything you want in life and give you, your family a better life, give your parents a better life, because you don't have, $500 or $1,000. And I said to them, why don't you see if you can borrow someone's credit card? I actually said that. And in 1 week, all 4 of them borrowed someone's credit card. Somebody borrowed their mother, somebody borrowed their sister, somebody borrowed their boyfriends, and somebody borrowed their child's. So I just know that if the value is big enough for people to see the value, that they will come up with the money. Another thing, if I said to them, here's my $52,000 Lexus, brand new Lexus sitting out in the driveway, and if I said to them, I'll give it to you tomorrow if you can come up with the $500, you can't tell me they will not be creative and come up with the money. So when people say I don't have the money, what they're really saying is, you haven't showed me enough value in return for me to put up with this money, put up this, say, $500. So you have to just show people what kind of value, and also if you could show them how they could get their money back really fast, with me, I just said to everyone, okay, show me how to get my money back. When they showed me how I could get my money back in my first month, then I just said, okay, I'm doing this. And I just thought to myself, I have to do this, because I just knew that if I didn't change my life or do something different, my life wasn't going to change. And I wanted to change my children's lives and my mother's lives so bad that I just said, okay, I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I'm going to get this money back and then I'm going to be in the black.